country roads. And her daddy was a dentist. Said I had a dirty mouth, but she kissed me like she meant it. I said, can I take you home with me? She said, never in your wildest dreams. And we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. 'Cause we danced all night to the best song ever. You went, you went, yeah, yeah, you know, I know, you know, I'll remember you, and I know, you know, I know you'll remember me, and you know, I know, you know, I'll remember you, and I know, you know, I hope you remember how we danced. How we danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know.
Testing.
We danced all night to the best song ever. Danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. Now I can't remember
Testing.
that I won't forget her. We danced all night to the best song ever. Maybe it's the way she walked straight into my heart and stole it through the doors and past the guards.
There you go, that's the spirit. Giving yourselves a pat on the back for being here so early on a Saturday morning. This is so incredible to see all of you guys here today.
All right, so we're going to start off the event by introducing your co-hosts for today, Matthew and I. My name is Haley. So for those of you who don't know Matthew, though I'm sure many of you do, he has been with CYC since the very beginning in its first semester when he was in grade 11. He is currently a youth mentor here at CYC, and he has just finished his first year of university at the Rotman School of Commerce. So he's continued to provide his commitment to CYC over the years.
Thanks for the introduction, Haley. And I'm sure all of you know Haley as well, as she has also been with CYC since the very beginning. And CYC logo is actually designed by Haley. So, you know, these hats we got today, these are also impartially designed by Haley too. So round of applause for Haley.
All right, so we're going to kick off the first part of today where we're going to ask you to scan this Menti, and we're going to ask you, what is the best school? So you can either put in your own school or someone else's school, or you can,
Okay, while we're doing that, we're going to do a quick pop quiz for everybody. So on 3, I want you guys to scream out what CYC stands for, and whoever's the loudest will get a prize, okay? So guys, what does CYC stand for on 3? 3, 2, 1. Heard some pretty loud ones over here. Haley, do you know, do you have anyone particular in mind?
I'll give it to I can't see, the girl in the blue shirt.
Blue shirt? All right, perfect.
Okay, I believe our results have finished loading.
All right, so now for the moment of truth. Another school, okay. Maple High School's up there though. Hey, who here's from Maple? Let's go, Maple!
So I'd also like to take this time to thank all of you for being here today. It's an early Saturday morning, and I know that maybe a lot of us had, you guys canceled on other plans to be here, and we're really grateful for that. And we're really grateful that you guys have been able to come here to show your support for all the students who have worked really hard this semester to bring this presentation today. I'd also like to thank the mentors and judges who this event would not be possible without. And finally, our organizing committee, as this event was planned almost entirely by students under the age of 18.
Yeah, so I'm sure all of you are familiar with the CYC at this point, but just a quick refresher for everybody. This past couple of months, our students have been working very hard on various projects in STEM, business, and the public sector. And we've been creating many projects, and the CYC has provided mentorship opportunities as well as different resources. So now we'll go into more details about what this actually means.
So for those of you unfamiliar with the CYC module, each team is required to find a problem that the world is currently facing today and then devise an innovative solution to solve it. So we have 3 themes this semester, which are caring for the environment, senior care and community service, and public sector. We also have 3 different pillars which students are able to pick a project under in order to explore further. So the first one is STEM and entrepreneurship, where students are able to invest their time into a project that helps them protect the environment, and they are also able to work on Web3 tutoring, which is an online tutoring service. There is also community service, where students are able to care for the seniors or advocate against racism. And finally, we have public sector, where our students are encouraged to advocate for the involvement of youth in politics. Finally, we have 3 different roles that are appointed to each team, which are STEM, business, and marketing.
All right, now introducing the competition, which is basically where all the teams are going to be presenting the projects and being evaluated on them. So to be transparent, we're going to go through how the points are going to be calculated and how winners are determined. So here we have a chart showing how points are made up. So 40% of it is live, going to be determined today, and 60% of it is from preparation work done prior to today.
You can see from the density of this spreadsheet that it is really complicated and that all of our students have put in so much hard work to get to where they are today. In the interest of time, we're not going to go through all of it, but just know that all of it was...
Yeah, all of this is there available. It's transparent if you guys want to see it. And yeah, this is the live valuation points, how teams are evaluated today. We're going to go into how you guys can actually evaluate them as well. We have a QR code right here. So for all the VIPs here, you've already been sent this link through emails. So those of you who are audience judges, make sure you wait for a second before scanning. We're going to get into your QR code in just a second. So this is just for the VIPs here, for the judges. So you guys already received this through email, but it's the same link just in case you need it again. And this is the audience judge form, so now you guys can pull out your phone, scan this QR code. This is what you guys are going to be using to evaluate teams on. So it's a quick little form you guys can use later on. So make sure you guys are under 3 minutes, because at 3 minutes 30 seconds you're going to be cut off hard, and at 3 minutes you're expected to be finished. And there's also going to be 1 minute of Q&A after 3 minutes, so you have 4 minutes total for your presentation. And if you go over that, you're not going to have a Q&A session and you're going to be cut off. So make sure you pay attention to the times. 2 minutes is green, 2 minutes 30 seconds is yellow, and 3 minutes is red.
Also, Emily, where's Emily? Is going to be holding up a screen that flashes green, yellow, or red, depending on how long your presentation has currently been. So make sure you keep track of that in order to ensure that your presentation is the correct time.
All right, and without further ado, let's get started with our presentation. So let's, first of all, welcome Team A&E Airmates.
So, hello everyone. We are Team Airmate, part of Team A. So, my name's Andrew.
My name is Bilal.
I'm Rachel, and I'm Hanani.
And we are part of Airmate. So, today we will be addressing the innovation brief that our team has chosen in our efforts to help protect the environment. Next slide. So, what is the issue we aim to solve? The issue we aim to solve is last mile delivery. Last mile delivery refers to last step in the transportation process in which goods are delivered straight to the consumer's doorsteps. This has posed a problem for businesses due to its expensive costs and logistical issues. However, this is an even bigger problem for the environment because more delivery vehicles on the roads means greater traffic congestion as well as increased risk of accidents for individuals living and commuting in downtown Toronto. As a result, this has caused a greater negative impact on climate change as well as air pollution, and this is an environmental issue we aim to solve.
Okay, so our solution to this problem is an all-electric drone capable of delivering goods to consumers. It will primarily be used by retailers and courier companies, and safety features include an obstacle detection system using ultrasonic sensors. In terms of sustainability, we will be using recyclable lithium batteries along with recyclable plastics. It will run completely on code, and it will have a load carrier to obviously carry the load.
So our business is dedicated to making a fleet of these environmentally sustainable delivery drones, which will be cheap, convenient to use, and accessible to everyone in order to solve the issues of last mile delivery in retail and delivery companies.
Okay, so here's our business timeline, and it's basically a 4-year plan of our business. So for a quick business summary, we want to finish registering our business from September 2023, and from October 2023 to August 2026, we want to basically market, brainstorm, and finalize our product, and we project to finish in February 2027, where we'll be able to release our product to the public. Here are our financial projections, and in summary, our revenue will be about $179,000, and we hope to get initial funding from owners' cash contribution, outside investors, and commercial loan, which will make our startup costs around $50,000.
For marketing, we decided to promote ourselves on Instagram so that we could reach a wider audience. We created an account called @AirMateDrone and promoted it personally on our own accounts. Our various posts consisted of posters and videos that talked about our drone, its main parts, and our issue, and more. Furthermore, we decided to create a website so that we can go more in depth with our project, and as well as include some models and images for people to see. Here is a preview of some of our posts and website. Thank you.
All right, I think that was a great first start to our presentations. Judges, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns you'd like to ask Team AE?
Yes, I do. Thank you for your presentation. You made note of the fact that you will be rolling out a fleet of drones, but your startup cost seems pretty small in relation to the per unit costs of those drones. Could you speak a little bit to that?
Right, because the startup cost is only our effort in making the first prototype, a functioning prototype. We just need one delivery drone, because startup cost is only the initial phase of our business before we really get public investing. So,
do you have any idea of what that one drone would cost?
Yeah, that one drone will cost, we thought about $50,000, which is our startup cost, because of all of the technology and the kind of materials involved in making the initial drone.
Okay.
Just a quick question that I saw your design that you have this flat platform on the top. What does that use for?
That's for the weather. So if it rains while this is going on, so it won't affect the wiring that's going.
All right, thank you.
That's all it's for.
All right, give Team A&E another round of applause.
Please welcome Team P upstage.
Hello, everyone, and this is Team P. We are the public sector. And this will be our full case, and yep, please continue. So what is the issue? Our issue is that Canadian youth are not well enough informed about our important issues such as environmental sustainability, anti-racism, education, and caring for seniors. This lack of awareness can lead to a number of negative consequences. And such things are failure to take action or address these issues, lack of empathy and understanding towards those who are impacted or affected by them, and failure to develop the necessary skills and knowledge to make informed decisions in the future. So what is our plan to tackle this issue? Firstly, we'll be creating a survey, and then with that survey, we'll be questioning Canadian youths about their knowledge and concerns regarding the public sector and public issues. With that, we'll market the survey, and lastly, we'll be producing a final results that will gain more information for the Canadian youth to be well informed.
All right, so here I'm just going to go into more detail about our STEAM solution. So as Ewan already said, we plan to create a survey in order to gather data on the youth's interests regarding politics and social economic issues in order to effectively market politics towards them. All right, so moving on to the business plan, as we're not going to be innovating anything like the previous teams or like other teams, our goal is to merely just market politics towards the youth. We're not going to have any big startup costs. It's mainly going to be from our own contributions or donations toward our cause. And as for expenses, we're going to be using them towards marketing, obviously, like, for example, social media or posters towards the youth.
And lastly, we have our marketing. So what we did, we identified these issues from the survey that the youth are most concerned about in Canada. And with that, we'll be researching, or we did research, current political parties, as well as current and past political issues to spread awareness on. Most recently, the Canadian wildfire from Quebec, and these are such issues that the Canadian youth could be well more informed about. And lastly, we'll be finding the best match for the youth that covers their concerns and beliefs regarding politics and sectors in it. So what did we do? We advertised and we made our own accounts, and we also are planning to make our own website to promote these issues. And with that, we had social media graphics and posters on various platforms like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Additionally, with that, we reached various schools and guidance counselors. We created posters and word of mouth. So with that, we used clear purpose of graphics and posters. And lastly, here are examples of our posts where it makes, we use the graphics to get students to be well more informed. Thank you so much for our presentation.
It's a great presentation. I just have a very simple question. How would you collect data? Are they collected online or?
Oh yes, we created a survey and then we sent it out towards schools in order to get their students.
You provide them with a link or?
Yes, a link.
Can I add on? So as you can see, we created these promotional posters,
yes,
advertisement, and especially online, where most of the Canadian youths or youths in general are on currently. So they would see these, and we have links attached to the posts on our website, and it's easier for them to connect to. As well, we have sent these links to guidance counselors to various schools, so they could also post it on their monthly blogs to get students more engaged.
Okay, do you guys worry about the selection bias, meaning that you collect all data, or you actively go out there and to sample certain school or certain cohort?
The thing about these selections is that we want to know the whole population's ideas on these. So we don't want just the small part of it, because in the end, when they all grow up, we'll all be voting for governments and the political sector and stuff like that. So we want everyone to be more involved.
Understood. Thank you very much.
All right, once again, good job, Team P, and thank you for presenting.
What do the participant get in return for filling out the survey?
Currently, we don't have anything for them to get, but really it's just more knowledge, and I feel like knowing more about these issues, current issues, past issues, and stuff about the governments that are running and the candidates are something to be worth more knowledgeable on.
Okay, thank you.
All right, one more round of applause.
The beauty of the world lies in the differences of the people. That is what we at Heartversity believe. Hello, I'm Sandra.
I'm Alexis.
And I'm Cindy.
And today we welcome you to believe in our cause as well.
So 2020 was an exhaustive year, not only due to the global pandemic, but also due to the sudden and rapid surge in hate crimes by approximately 300%. In addition to this, various prominent public figures pointed fingers at marginalized communities in an attempt to blame them for society's burdens. And as youth, we wanted to do something about this.
Thus, Heartversity was born, a youth-run organization with a mission to showcase the beauty of multiculturalism and to advocate against racism.
We began operating in March of 2023, and since then, we've made staggering progress.
Yeah, we've actually released an official website that showcases student-generated work. And to further spread our circle of influence, we've gotten connected to dozens of school administrators, clubs, and other organizations.
With some of our major ones being Live Well, Take Action, and the staff of both Unionville and Bayview Secondary School, and more.
Yeah, so as mentioned before, our website plays a key role in maintaining audience contact as well as promoting our cause. It compiles the voices of youth across the community who wish to be heard in the form of music and stories, each as enlightening as the last.
And as you can see above, we have some statistics displayed of our account. And over the past couple months, we've accumulated dozens of followers and reached out to thousands of accounts.
And here are some of examples of our student-generated work, as we mentioned before. This includes digital arts, short stories, and more. We also included a snapshot of a conference hosted by CCNTO that we're invited to in late May. If you are interested or have any questions, please visit us on our website.
And in regards to our funding, so we've estimated our startup costs are approximately $330, with the majority of it going towards licensing and also purchasing software to aid in content creation.
And over here, we compiled some graphs that will show our financial projections in the next 3 years.
Yeah, as you can see, growth is expected to slowly increase, and majority of our funding will come from government grants, sponsorships, and hosting fundraisers to accumulate donations.
Throughout our project, we've assisted dozens of youth in empowering their voices and showcasing their talents and skills with a unique touch.
Yeah, this is not shown better than our personal project, Tales of Heartfelt Culture, which is a short story writing contest that encourages the voices of youth to share their experiences regarding racism in the past or their unique cultural heritage.
And these entries range from anecdotes of time that are both nostalgic and heartwarming to dark, harrowing past experiences with racism. Through this, we've created a safe space for their voices and also fostered a unique sense of community.
That just about wraps it up. Thank you so much for coming to our presentation today.
If you have any inquiries, feel free to ask.
And just as the voices of youth have reached our hearts, we hope that ours have reached yours too.
Thank you.
All right, judges, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Heartversity?
Yes, in terms of getting the funding from the government, what would you especially focus on in terms of getting the funding?
So after we get federally registered as an organization, if we do wish to, we have access to specific grants revolving around culture and art that they provide for nonprofits such as ours. And that's where we plan on getting our funding from the government through this. And additionally, we're also planning on attending some conferences after we're invited by our sponsors. We already been invited to one. And that's where our two main sources of funding will come from.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a question. In terms of your financial projections over 3 years, I realized that the growth in the second year was projected minimally. Could you speak to that?
Yeah, of course. So in the second year, we're planning on focusing mainly on growing our organization rather than growing our sources of revenue, and focusing on more recruitment of new members, what to move on with in the future, and in general, any ideas for any events. So planning. So that would technically, as we were making the graphs, we realized that that would technically slow down any sources of revenue that we get throughout the years.
I got a quick. Oops. I also missed what's the revenue sources in year 2 and 3. And related to that, I love the ideas. I love the passion you have in creating a safe space for teenagers to share how they feel about anti-racism and multiculturalism. Going forward, once you have the engagement and the membership, how do you want to bring those voices into something that's call to action?
You can answer it.
Okay, so after we've accumulated our 3 sources of revenue through government grants, sponsors, and any fundraisers, we have future plans for advocacy, which include opening up a newsletter, and we don't want to just focus on artistic expression. We want to also focus on sort of formal reports, going over things like breaking news, potentially opening up a newsletter, and hosting future events as well. That would potentially help us bring the community closer and make these in person rather than virtual.
Sorry, so just as a follow-up to her question, could you speak to your revenue sources for year 2 and year 3? Because I think that was part of her question, but I didn't hear an answer to it.
Through sponsorships, as mentioned, we have a current sponsor, Live Well, Take Action. We also have government grants that we could get access to after we federally register. And lastly, through fundraisers, such as donations or just like events to gain funding or sales.
If there are no more questions, please give a warm round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. I hope we're all doing well today. We're Team OYShare, and today we're here to present our solution to a pressing issue in our community. Here's our STEAM aspect and our issue and solution. We found statistically that 10% of seniors in Ontario face negligence and experience some sort of elder abuse on a daily basis.
In terms of our solution, there's 5 major components of our project YShare. Firstly, we interview seniors to learn about their experiences and advice. We also connect youth and seniors, as well as engaging youth with interesting content and social media. We create interviews, edit them, and post them on our social media, and also recruit seniors from community events. Some of our questions and interviews can include, what advice would you give to youth, or how did you discover your passion? In terms of STEAM, some of our components include sustainability by hosting online meetings, safety by asking for consent from seniors, effectiveness by preparing the right questions to get the story across, and arts and technology with video editing and social media.
Here are some of our interviews, and for time purposes, we won't be showing them today, but we have interviewed Mr. Smith, Ms. Malik, and Mr. Kira. So by being diverse, we interviewed a variety of seniors with different backgrounds, and by bringing together the youth and senior community together, we showed inclusion, and by connecting the different members of our community through our project, we are essentially giving back to our community.
While it was difficult at first to find seniors, we were able to attend the 100th anniversary of the Chinese Immigration Act on April 23rd, where we were able to connect and network to seniors in our local community. Now we're going to go over to the major business aspects of our solution. So by mid-April, we were able to advertise with takeover posts on the CYC account, gain followers on our social media, share and connect with local seniors. By end of April, we were able to reach out to senior homes and learn about their safety rules. By mid-May, we were able to partner with clubs in our school, like the Tamil Student Association, create posters on our social media, and finish editing our interviews. In terms of our financial plan, we don't have a clear product to be sold, so we don't have many expenses. However, as a brief, some of our main expenses would go towards video editing software in future years if we were to advance. Additionally, this is a SWOT analysis that shows some of our strengths and weaknesses of our company. So in terms of strengths, we are flexible, we have safety, and we have really strong promotion. In terms of our weaknesses, some seniors may be uncomfortable with being on social media. Opportunities, we are able to partner with senior homes and organizations. And threats, seniors may not be interested in participating, or youth might not like the questions being asked.
Okay, moving on to the marketing section. Starting from March, we have created our Instagram account. And since then, we have also supported youth interactions by creating various posts on our Instagram account, as well as conducting lots of interviews. And lastly, this is our Instagram account. And this is our promotional post. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
In the interest of time, I think we only have time for one question for this group. So does anybody have a question?
Yeah, maybe I'll go. Just one question. So that's a very interesting topic and very useful. Suppose you have done your work. What are you planning to do with the information you collected? Do you want to submit a report to the government, to the Ministry of LTC, or?
So once we do our interviews and finish our interviews, we would essentially share them on our social media. That's how we would reach out to youth. But your idea of working as a nonprofit is a really good idea, and that's something we would plan to do in future years by registering as a nonprofit organization with the government.
Thank you so much.
All right, please give them another round of applause. Okay, next.